First things first, you want to turn on your Tascam, which you do right here. The button right here on the side. Tascam is on. I'm going to turn on the battery pack that I have attached to the bottom of the Tascam. Once you turn it on, you select bus power because it's being powered now by the battery pack. And as you can see here, there is no battery indicator here. It's just showing this is being powered by the battery pack. Okay, the Tascam is on. First thing you want to do when you first get your Tascam and you want to start recording. First thing, you click on the menu button, which is right here. Menu. Okay, so we turned it on. Now we're going to click on menu. Now we're in the menu. We see all the settings here. First setting we want to go to. This is the most important setting. This is your source of recording. Recording mode. This is the source. Because many people buy the Tascams, they're saying there is no sound. Because you need to set it up in rec mode. We go to rec mode. We're going to click rec mode. So on the wheel, you click in here. You click the wheel. All right. So now we're in rec mode. So now we want to set it up. Now the Tascam has a few options on how you're going to be recording. The options depend on what type of mic you're using. As you can see in my Tascam, I'm using a plug-in power mic, which you have to put in at the 3-4 option. So when you're using a plug-in power mic, you need to attach it, you need to connect it to the 3-4. This is where it goes. So you need to put a 3.5 millimeter cable in the 3-4 for a plug-in power mic. So you would need the cable to go in there. One end of the cable, one end is going there. The other end will come up and is going to connect to the mic. So you need an extension, 3.5 millimeter cable extension with two male ends, male to male, meaning one connects here, the other one will connect to the mic. You can buy that on Amazon. It's very cheap and it's good quality. The other option you have for the Tascam is the XLR cable. Now, when you buy a condenser mic, a shotgun condenser mic, could be an NTG4 Plus, NTG5 Plus, a Sennheiser, any type of condenser shotgun mics, you need to also buy an XLR cable. Because a condenser mic, it has a plug-in for an XLR cable, just the same as this one, but not a 3.5 millimeter jack, an XLR. When I say same as this one, the cable will plug into the mic, the XLR cable, and then you have to plug it in right here, in this place right here. Either here or down here. So when you buy a shotgun mic, condenser mic, you also need to buy an XLR cable with one end attaching here and the other end attaching to the mic. So this is the 1 and this is the 2. So you can put it in anywhere you want, 1 or 2. In my case, I'm using the 3.5 millimeter, a plug-in power mic, so I put it in the 3-4. Now, when we are in rec mode, we want to start recording, right? We want the mic to capture sound. For the mic to capture sound, you need to make sure you go to rec mode like I showed you and choose the right settings for your mic. Let's start from the beginning. So you see rec mode, you have mono. By the way, for me to do that, you have to click the wheel and then you have to rotate it. When I rotate it, you see it changes. But that you need to read the manual for the Tascam to know how to work the Tascam. So we're in rec mode. If I was using a condenser mic with an XLR cable plugged in right here, I would choose mono, right? I would choose mono. And I would choose channel 1 because I would put my XLR cable in 1, attach it to the mic, the other end of the cable attached to the mic, and I would choose mono channel 1, and I would be able to capture sound. But because I'm using a plug-in power mic attached to the 3.4 right there, I want to go to rec mode here, and I'm going to choose a dual stereo. So I'm going to choose dual stereo because you want to have dual mode, because dual mode basically records 2 tracks on the Tascam. In case one of the tracks doesn't have good sound, the second track is gonna record sound, a safety track. Okay, so you want to always be in dual. Okay, so I'm gonna go to dual stereo, and now I'm going to the source. Very important, the source. I want to make sure I change the source because my plug-in power mic is attached to the 3.4. Here it says 1.2. I don't want 1.2 because I don't have an XLR cable. I have a plug-in power, so I'm going to change that. And there you go. I'm going to 3.4. That is my source. The source is basically where your mic is attached. It's attached to the 3.4, so I'm going 3.4. That's the only way I'm going to capture sound with my plug-in power mic. I have to select the right place where the mic is attached. You see, 3.4, 3.4. So now it's going to be recording. I'm going to select 3.4, do a level. I put it at -12. MS mode, you don't need that. Now, I made my choices. I'm going to hit menu, go back to the menu. And the second setting I'm going to go to is input settings. In the input settings, again, you have the channels. Channel 1, if your XLR cable is attached here, as you can see, channel 1. Channel 2, if your XLR cable is attached here. And channel 3 and 4. That's where I want to be because my plug-in power, again, it's attached to the 3.4. I know I'm repeating the same things, but this video is for people that have just bought a Tascam. They don't know how to use it. So here I can adjust the gain. My plug-in power mic is a pretty small mic, so I've put it to high gain. Ideally, you want to have a low gain here. A low gain means you're going to have less static noise when you attach headphones to the Tascam to listen to the sound you're capturing, and you can attach the phones right here on the side of the Tascam. So you attach headphones here and you listen to the sound you're capturing. So if you want to have low static, you go to low gain. Okay, if you want to have a low static noise coming out from the headphones. So this is the ideal. You want to be a low. But because my mic is pretty small, I have to increase this to high. Okay. I even have high plus, which is, very high, but sometimes I use high plus because when I record sound, I want to be between -12 to -15 decibels. So that's the golden spot. When you record sound, you want to be between -12 and -15 decibels. Okay, I'll put it at high. Limiter basically means when you're recording, if there is a loud noise, the Tascam is going to adjust and it's going to bring down that loud noise so it doesn't ruin your audio. Low cut, this is for low vibration noise, meaning that noise coming from an air conditioner or coming from a fridge. So when you're shooting on location and there's an air conditioner or there is a fridge or any type of low noise, the low cut is going to remove that noise. So here you can select how many hertz you want removed, 40, 80, or 120. I have it off unless I'm shooting in a location that has a low vibration noise, right? So here are the settings, input settings, okay? So we're gonna hit menu again. So we saw the most important settings. We saw rec mode, which is the first setting you're gonna go to, and input settings, okay? The rest I'm going to leave out for now. It's more advanced. You can read more about them in the Tascam manual. But what I'm showing you now is to get you ready to record. Then you want to go all the way down to others. Okay, so let me just redo this. I'm going to menu and I'm going down to others. Others, and I want to go down to system. Okay, so here in system, you have some options. Auto power save mode, like if the Tascam is inactive for 30 minutes, you're going to shut it off. Backlight is basically the light on the screen. I have it at 30 seconds. And battery type. Here you want to select what type of batteries you're using. I'm using alkaline because the Tascam takes batteries, and I'm using alkaline, but I have it attached to the battery pack, which I suggest you buy because it's going to increase the duration of the recording of the Tascam. Because the Tascam itself with the batteries, after an hour, you're going to need to change batteries or even less. So you're going to have to go through many batteries throughout the day if you're just relying on the batteries in the Tascam. So I recommend buying the official Tascam battery pack, okay? And it takes batteries, the battery pack takes batteries, but it extends the recording time of the Tascam. So here, battery type, you want to select alkaline, okay? Plug-in power, it's on for me because I'm using a plug-in power mic. So yeah, it's going to be on for me. Yeah, and phantom volt, you want to always be at 48 volt, but phantom volt is going to be when you're using a condenser shotgun mic. It doesn't apply to my case. My case, I need to have the plug-in power on, okay? So these are the other settings that are very important, okay? So now you're ready to record. Just a recap, first setting you go to, when you turn on your Tascam, you hit menu, rec mode, you select the right settings, input settings, to select the right gain, limiter, and all that. And then you want to go down to others, system, and select battery type alkaline, plug-in power, phantom volt, and all that. Now, another thing you need to make sure you do before you record is you want to go to recording settings. Okay, so you click on menu and you have rec mode, input settings, which we saw. So we saw rec mode, your source, input, and then you have rec settings, recording settings. There's the settings for the recording. Here you want to make sure that you're always at 24-bit, so the format. Here I'm gonna go from the beginning. Here you want to be right here. So WAV wave 24-bit. That's where you want to be, okay? For the format. For the sample, you want to be at 48K. 48K, okay, for the sample. And for the size, you want to be at 2 gigs. At 2 gigs. These are the basic settings. So you want to be wave 24-bit, 48K, 2 gigs. Just remember that. And that's it. Now you are ready to record. So as you can see, as I'm talking here, we can see the levels here going up and down. That means that my mic is capturing sound because I put the right settings. And we can see right here, at what decibels it's recording. So now when I was telling you -12 to -15, ideally when you're recording here, you want it to show between -12 and -15. That's the golden spot. That's when your sound is going to be clear and loud enough. And then when you go to edit it in the editing software program, you're gonna have good sound. You're gonna have to do less tweaking for the sound. You can increase the gain here. You can increase the gain in this with this thing here. Okay, I put it at pretty high because my plug-in power mic is small. It needs to increase. If I move closer to the mic, you're gonna see it's gonna say lower decibels. 1 2 1 2. So you see it said -13 at some point. So basically here, very, very important when you're recording sound, you want to be between -12 and -15. So in my case, I'm a filmmaker, so I'm going to put the mic above the actors' heads, and they're going to do the dialogue scene. I'm going to check the levels here, okay? And when I'm at between -12 and -15, I'm good. So this is it. These are the basic settings for your Tascam. This is what you need to do to start recording. I hope this was a helpful video. I know that I'm using a plug-in power mic. Most of you are going to be using a condenser mic with an XLR cable, but it's the same thing. You want to go to menu, first thing, rec mode, select the right source here. First, the rec mode that you want. I would suggest dual stereo. Source, you're going to select the XLR cable, the source for your condenser mic. So if I was using an XLR cable, I would go to channel 1, 2, right here. And I would do a level at -12. Okay, but because I'm using the plug-in power, I'm gonna leave it here. You can also do, you can do mono at channel 1. Mono at channel 1, it's still good, but you don't have that dual mode. Or you can also do dual mono at channel 1 if you're using condenser mic. The dual mode, like I told you, it's gonna be the one. It's gonna be the one with the 2 safety tracks, the second safety track. So it's gonna be recording in 2 tracks. So when you go on dual mode, you see the light here light up dual mode. So you go to rec mode, the first thing, then you go to input settings. You want to make sure your gain limiter, your gain is good and everything. And recording settings. You want to make sure it's 24-bit, 48K, 2G. Okay. These are other options here. You have to read the manual. And go down to others, system. And here you select your battery type and phantom volt at 48 volts. Okay, and if you're using a plug-in power mic, you gotta make sure it's on. Okay, guys, so this is the basic things that you need to do to start recording with your Tascam. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know in the comments if you want me to go into depth into something else. Oh, and by the way, my setup, you can see my setup with a combo stand and the clamp and the extension here in another video that I've made, autonomous sound recording system. You can check out that video to see what type of setup I'm using. I go into detail with everything and explain everything very clearly, what you need to have an autonomous sound recording system. And I would suggest you buy the battery pack external battery pack for the Tascam, and also a power bank for the Tascam. So I've put a Velcro on the back of the Tascam, the other side of the Velcro on the power bank, and I just attach it here. And if I run out of batteries, I can use the power bank, which attaches to the USB. You will take the USB from here, put it in the power bank, and then it's going to supply power to the Tascam. This cable, by the way, this cable came with the Tascam. So you're going to have this cable. This is the cable that connects the Tascam to your USB in the computer, or to the battery pack, or to the power bank. So this cable, in case you're wondering, it comes with the Tascam. All right, guys, so I'm going to turn off my Tascam. Here you go, it's off. And I'm going to see you in the next video. Take care.